because like I had never been like turned down that many times in my life. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm losing it.
Not such a ladies' man anymore.
And she'd heard a lot of wild stories about me too. So that
was,
I had to fight through all those bad stories and convince her that all of them wasn't true.
We just want to say thank you to everybody who helped out, our parents, my Aunt Deb, she helped out with decorations, just everybody who had a part in making this day so special and making it easy on us.
Also would like to give a shout out to Dylan and Alex. Thanks for putting up with me for the first 10 months. It really helped out so I could win your sister over.
Yeah, thanks for never making him give up.
That woman, she got a hold on me. She's the warmth of the summer, the color of the spring. She's the strongest wind, the calmest breeze. That woman, she got a hold on me. That girl, she's like the finest wine. She'll give you a taste if you give her time. She's a complex heart and I don't mind. That girl, she's like the finest wine. That girl, she's like the finest wine. Now drink until my heart is full. Honey, you drink me and I drink you. You're the kind of love I'm running to. Got a hold on me, got a hold on you. Got a hold on me, oh yes you do. That woman, she got a hold on me.
Some days you wake up on where you are, different town, another state with a couple bucks. And I remember that good summer loving when we pack it up and head out to California with another night, another gig, night on the run. We never knew where we're going, but we'd make it up. And we're singing through the city lights till the summer sun, and kissing you was like swimming in the ocean. Me and my friends, we like to get crazy. Meet me down the block on a tailgate, baby. Roll a couple up, drink a couple down. Me and my friends, we like to get wild. And now we're headed back home to where it all began. T-Swift on the radio, taking me back to when we were alone, driving in your mama's car, top down, listening to.
The first time that I actually met Casey, I was at the Comstock Windmill Festival with a whole bunch of friends.
She had a boyfriend at the time, so I really didn't pay much attention, but she caught my eye. And
He's got a hat on backwards. He has a button-up short sleeve shirt, jeans with holes in the knees, and flip-flops on. But I saw him, I was like, oh, he looks like he's a fun time. Like.
after that, everyone, I guess, knows that her sister married my first cousin. So after that, it was just like I teased Dylan all the time about gonna get with your sister-in-law.
It was at my sister's wedding. It was after the wedding, we were all on the party bus, and all of a sudden, my butt gets slapped.
I just couldn't stop getting her off my head. So I just thought she looked beautiful. I was like, I need to hang out with this girl because she is smoking hot.
It was just throughout the night, Casey was just always, he was always there. Like, he would not leave me alone the whole night.
The night of Alex and Dylan's wedding, was the first time I proposed to her. I got down on my hands and knees.
All of a sudden, I see this guy. He's on his hands and knees, and he's like, Jenny, come home with me. And I'm like, oh my boyfriend's right here, dude. Like,
Jenny, you've got to leave with me. You've got to go home with me. I need you. And she turned me down. Like that was the first of 5,000 turn downs. From there, I just chased her for 10 months. It seemed like forever, but I finally wore her down where I could get her to give me a first date, and then after that, it was all over and done with.
You came walking my way, everything stopped and everything changed. You came walking my way, oh.
There was some, things that riffles with my other relationships. And Casey had some, I think he was kind of one of those problems. So I break up with that kid, and then Casey finds out. And now game on. We kind of been taught, like I had broken up with my boyfriend, and I was kind of like, okay, I'll give you a chance. Like, let's go to Sly's, there's a band there, I'll go with my sisters.
I finally talked her into going on a first date with me, and it was just a random night out on the town. There was a band playing at the bar there in town.
So we met there, and the first thing he did was come sit down by me at the table.
I wasn't wasting no more time. I'd already wasted 10 months, so I was like, this is my chance.
And we got to talking, and we were dancing. It was just a really good time. We had friends there, so I mean, it wasn't weird, but it was kind of nice to finally be able to actually hang out with him.
And then like after 15 shots of tequila that night, like my game was like at its peak, so like I knew it was a shoo-in from there. Just had a good night, and I finally wore her down where she wanted to hang out with me again, so I thought that was a win for the night.
And I haven't looked back ever since.
I knew I'd found the one I love the rest of my days. When you came walking my way.
We just left the bar, and I was kind of like, it was kind of an awkward situation.
I finally convinced her to go to ride home with me. Like I wouldn't let her get out of that vehicle that night after we come home from the bar. Like I wouldn't let her. I just kept talking to her and talking to her and talking to her.
I'm like, we're talking, and then all of a sudden he just like plants one on me. I'm like, oh goodness, hi.
And I finally got a kiss stole from her, so. And I was like praying that she wasn't gonna like reject me, but she didn't.
You took my breath right away.
Honestly, I mean, it was from the beginning, like we clicked. Like there was no comparison. Like I've never been with somebody who was just like so easy with. We get along so well, we just mesh so well. His personality and my personality, we even each other out so nice. It's been pretty apparent that we're gonna end up together, I think.
I chased her for 10 months. And like the more she turned me down, the more like I just got where I was just like so intrigued with her, like everything. Like I just knew that I had to get a date. It was like 3 weeks, and we were sitting there talking on the phone, and I told her I loved her, and she just like went silent, and I'm like, oh man. But this is the truth. Like from day one, like I just knew that I had to have her in my life, and like she made it really tough the first 10 months, but I knew if I just wore her down that it was gonna be the one. I had talked to her about getting engaged for quite a while, and like I just kind of threw it around, and I think she was ready for a year before I ever asked her.
The day that it actually happened, we went out to eat in Broken Bow like we do. I mean, it was a Saturday, we just went out to eat lunch or supper.
I needed to get some horses legged up for a roping and stuff, so I told her, I was like, why don't we go for a ride tonight? You can leg up one of my good horses for me. We went home and got a couple of my horses, and we went for a ride.
And we just went riding down the gravel road. And he's like, hey, we should go into this pasture. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool.
So we go up for a ride, and we go up on this big hill that I got up right behind our house. And like when you get up on that hill, you can see like miles and miles of Custer County. And the guy got off, and I don't know if she thought like what I was doing, but I like acted like I was messing with my cinches. And
he gets off his horse. I'm like, dude, it's getting dark. Like, let's hurry up.
When she turned around, I was down on one knee, and
he's on his knee, and I'm like, oh my gosh, did you fall? And then he's like, no, I didn't fall. He holds up the ring.
She was pretty shocked because that same day she was giving me a hard time about if we were ever going to be engaged, and I told her I wasn't quite ready yet.
May your rose be filled with light.
Selfless, S-E-L. So Casey is the most selfless person I have ever met in my entire life. He would literally give the shirt, like he would give the shirt off his back to somebody. It's always about somebody else. He's the last person that he ever cares about or thinks about or anything. Like his little nephews and nieces, he would do anything in the world for them. You would think that he, like, big old tough cowboy. No, he's a softie. He's 100% a softie. So yeah, that's how I see Casey.
Before I met Jenny, I was a wild, crazy kid. Like, my life was really wild and out of control, and like it seems like from the day I met her, like everything got slowed down, everything has fell into perspective. I mean, my life has went from 0 to a million since I met her, and it's just every day I think of her, and that's just how I see her now. She's my savior, everything. It's just she's been my blessing. I don't know, we just fit so well together. I want her in my life or by my side or around all the time, so it just feels perfect, I guess. And then like 2 months into us dating, she pretty much moved in and has never moved out since, so.
It's not a bad thing though. You
No.
cook and clean house and laundry and stuff. Can't
It's,
complain.
like I said, it's been perfect.
In the highs and in the lows, moving fast or moving slow. May your roads be filled with light, and may peace be by your side.
I love you so much. I'm so excited for our future together. I hope that you have more days that you're not annoyed and angry with me than those that you are. I hope that we just have such a long, happy life together and raise beautiful babies and just have tons of horses and have the happiest life ever.
I just look forward to having that person beside me the rest of my life. I love you.
Be by your side.
Oh, I'm ready. I've never been so sure, quite so steady. I'm gonna live my life to keep the promises I made. Even though I make mistakes, I know I'm ready. I found a heart that was just like mine. Yeah, I found a heart that was just like mine. It's the kind of love that can make you blind, and I'd do anything to see him smile. Oh, I'm ready. I've never been so sure, quite so steady. I'm gonna live my life to keep the promises I made. Even though I make mistakes, I know I'm ready. I found the heart of my best friend. It's the kind of love that understands. He said it changed his life to be my man. So he bought a ring and took my hand. He says he's ready. He's never been so sure, quite so steady. He's gonna live his life to keep the promises he made. Even though he makes mistakes, I know he's ready. I found a heart that was just like mine, and now I get to grow by his side. I'm lucky and I'm ready. For better or for worse, I'm gonna carry. We're gonna have our hurts, but it's the treasure of my life. Just to spend it by your side, I know I'm ready. Oh, it's the treasure of my life. Just to spend it by your side, I know I'm ready.
hoping someday I'd take you away, but I find myself here at the end of our years, hoping for just one more day with you, dear. Oh, let's go where nobody knows, and let the wind take us away. Wherever we go, I hope that you know that I'm gonna love you for all of my days.
Jennifer Lee Hart, first thing I want to say is how beautiful you look today. I want you to know I love you. I'm gonna love you for the rest of my life.
From the moment I met you, you have made me feel safe and unconditionally loved. Falling in love with you wasn't falling at all. It was like walking into a house and knowing you're home.
I will fight for you, just like I did for the first 10 months that I knew you. I will fight that hard every day for us, for our marriage.
I had no idea how much I needed you to come into my life, or how easy it could be to love another person. But now, I never want to imagine having to live another day without you. I love you more.
Oh, let's go where nobody knows, and let the wind take us away. Oh, wherever we go, I hope that you know that I'm gonna love you for all of my days.